are not a real artist.
You'll never make it.
How do you call yourself
I'll never
an artist
be
if you don't make any artwork?
I can't do it. Can't do it. How do I draw every day?
I'll never be a
Please,
master's.
God,
I
somebody
need to
make
make
art.
art.
Shit. I think I have art block. The other day, I stayed in bed all day. And, I'm a grown-ass man, Like, I have stuff to do. But all I wanted to do that day was to make art. And yet I couldn't stop thinking about how unorganized my art studio was and how much awesome art there was out there in the world and how I felt like I did not compare. And I realized, staying in bed all day, that this was like a deep art block. And now, the thing that people don't really tell you about art block is that it's not just about art, right? It's more of an anxiety, closer to a depression. And so I made this video to help get you and I out the art block here. Step 1, make ugly shit. If you don't want to throw this artwork straight into the garbage, you are not doing this step correctly. The point is for you to want to set your desk up, grab a material, and get you lured to your own art desk, right? I think we have so many expectations on what our art should be and, how good we want to make it, but it causes us an anxiety to get us, afraid to even approach our art desk, right? So the point here is to do a fun challenge. Create something as ugly as you can. Don't even use a pencil, use a Sharpie, use something permanent that you can't erase. The point isn't to make something good. The point is to create. I think so often our art block is caused by our own expectations, right? So if we purposefully fight our expectations, it'll help us to destroy that art block. So don't try and make something good. Use a material that's fun for you. I never use oil pastel because I'm too busy trying to create something beautiful with paint. So I never let myself experiment with something fun like this. So don't try and use like a beautiful model, Draw an Irish guy, right? Just something that gets you as an ugly end result as possible. Don't try and force yourself to make anything beautiful. I think that's what causes us such immense art block all the time, and I think this is a good challenge. Like, it's a good exercise to get us away from that. So that's my step 1, make something ugly. It'll break down the barrier of getting to creating art. Step 2, forget concept. I think what ends up happening is a lot of us see all this cool art and it's these finalized pieces and they're fantasy and they have these awesome compositions, and it creates this expectation on what we think art has to look like. But what you don't know is that behind every masterpiece is 10,000 hours of practice, right? So you're not going to create these finalized pieces every time you go to your desk. You have to forget concept, right? Stop trying to make something cool. Stop trying to make a finalized piece where it's, maybe it's Spider-Man swinging through the city and has all these enemies around and the composition is dope and blah, blah, blah. No. Just practice drawing the figure. Just practice drawing whatever you like to do. You don't have to create a finalized version, and it doesn't have to be this awesome story and these awesome, finalized piece. It doesn't have to do that. Forget trying to make a cool concept. That'll cause you more anxiety. We're trying to lure you towards your art desk. Whatever gets your butt in a seat, starting to draw, that is what we want to do here, right? So that's my advice. Step 2, just study, forget trying to make a cool concept. Step 3, your phone is not helping you. If you're anything like me, you follow hundreds of artists on Instagram and you scroll all night and you see all this awesome art and you stop and you think to yourself, man, I could make something that cool. But if you look through life through the lens of a phone and you don't expand your horizons, you're never going to create anything. Go look at the clouds. Go touch some grass. Your phone is keeping you addicted. It's keeping you away from your art desk. If you're too overstimulated, you're never going to have the desire to create something. You're not allowing yourself to be bored enough to create something. I think I have several hundred cool art inspiration posts on Pinterest saved and, thousands in Instagram. And so I look at my phone, I see all these art posts, and I think to myself, oh, I need to look at it because it's inspiration. But how much art have I actually created after viewing these images? None. No art. I don't create any art. It's not actual inspiration. So make sure you're not telling yourself this same lie that I have been too. If you have constant dopamine, you have no urge to do anything. You're too busy being entertained to be the entertainer. So get away from your phone. Try and see if you can go a week without looking at your phone. Try looking at books. Try looking at anything else. I know you guys probably have tons of art books, right? I certainly do. Do I use them enough? No, I don't, because I'm too busy looking at my phone and too busy looking at other artists' creations. Bust out some art books. See what you can learn. Try and get yourself away from that constant dopamine, because it's not actually inspiring you. So that's my next step, is get away from your phone. And last but not least, as a secret final tip, make sure you are not creating, a YouTube video on art block so you can procrastinate making any actual art. Shit.